Alright, this is a quick tutorial on how to do a clean, bloat-free Windows 11 install. I'm building a gaming PC pretty soon here, and I was going to set this up, and I figured I might as well make a little tutorial on it. It's a lot easier than I thought it'd be, so yeah, figured I'd just make a video. So the things you'll need is an 8GB flash drive. I think mine's like 64, but make sure you don't have any files on there that you care about, because it will be deleted when we reformat the flash drive. So here's my flash drive. You see it's already wiped clean. This is basically a brand new flash drive. And you're going to also need Rufus and AnyBurn. We're going to use Rufus to actually make the installation on the drive, and then AnyBurn is what we're going to use to alter the original file we get from Microsoft so that we can block all that bloat and stuff. And I'll have links to these two in the description. Alright, you're going to want to go to this link here, which will be down in the description. All the links and software you need, I'll just have it down in the description. It's be easier to find. We're going to scroll down to where it says Create Windows 11 Installation Media, and we're going to click Download. Hit Save, and go ahead and run that file. Alright, once you run that file that you got from Windows, we're going to accept this agreement. Alright, once you set the agreement, you're going to have this option here. We're going to uncheck this. If you are downloading this on the PC that you're going to do the fresh install on, you can leave this checked. I think this just gives you some of your network drivers and everything just to make it a little easier on you. I'm not doing that. This is a laptop I'm downloading on, and I'm going to install this on the PC, so we're going to uncheck that. Hit next, and we're going to do an ISO file. And we're just going to save it here as Windows 11. That's going to download. It's going to take a little while. So while that's happening, we're going to go to Schneegans. Again, this link will be down in the description. So what Schneegans does is it downloads an XML file for you, or creates an XML file for you. I don't know what XML stands for, but basically this is what we shove into the installation media to sort of prevent it from installing all the bloat and having all the annoying setup stuff, like where you have to log into a Microsoft account. You shouldn't have to do all that. So the main things we're going to want to check here is your language, your keyboard layout, and then your region. All these are right for me. Next, we're going to go down here to Setup Settings. I'm going to bypass Windows 11 requirements. And we're going to scroll down to computer name. You can give this your computer a name. If you don't want Windows, just give it a random one. We're going to call this Bobby's PC. Next thing you want to do is scroll down to Windows Edition, and here you can select which edition of Windows you're going to be using. Pro is the one that's always checked by default, I think. And if you have a product key to enter, you can. If you're going to do it later, you can do it later. Next thing is you're going to scroll down to the user accounts. You can set your user account name. Make sure you have an admin on here. I'm just going to set it as Bobby and display as Bobby. I won't worry about a password. If you want to add more users here, you can if it's a shared PC. Then if it's shared, you probably want to put passwords on there. Now we're going to scroll down to where we see disable widgets. Here it is under Start Menu Taskbar. We're going to disable widgets unless you're into that kind of thing. And if you prefer left align taskbar, kind of like what I got going on right here, that's something you could change after the fact, but we're already here, so we're going to select it. The next thing you want to select is Do Not Show Bing Results unless you like getting that. I think most people want that taken away, so we're going to check that just so when you go to search in your search bar here, it's just going to search your files and stuff. Under Windows 11, we're going to remove all pins. I don't know what it does, but I know that we should do it. Down here in System Tweaks, there's some things you can mess around with. I'm not going to touch any of these. There is a beta option here to make Edge uninstallable, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm going to use Edge to install my Firefox browser on my PC. So I'm going to leave it for now, but there is a way you can do this after the fact. And I'll probably do a video on that one as well. Now we're going to scroll down to Remove Bloatware, which is my favorite part. Oh, while you're at it, you can disable sticky keys right here. Alright, here's my favorite part: remove bloatware. So the basic ones you're probably going to want to take off is Copilot, Teams, and OneDrive. Sorry, that's OneNote and OneDrive right here. Okay. There's a lot more you can remove here. I'll be removing a lot, but these are probably just the basic ones that you want to use. My PC is only going to be for mostly gaming and maybe doing a little bit of recording on there. So if you're going to use your PC for normal work, you might want OneDrive. Just look through these and make sure it's not something you need. I'm going to select all the ones that I want to remove, and I'll be right back. I select all the things that I don't want. Like I said, you might want some of these things. Like you might want facial recognition, you might want Cortana. I don't want these things, so I'm just going to have them all removed. And now you've got all that done, scroll down to the bottom and download XML file. And this can save as auto unattend. Let's leave that there in our downloads folder. Now let's go check on installation media. It's still going. My laptop's probably taking a long time because I have OBS open, so I'm going to pause the recording, let this finish downloading, and we'll be back. Okay. Once this is done, it will look like this. Yep, so right here it's a disk image file, Windows 11. We are going to open AnyBurn. This is what's going to allow us to put the XML file into the image file. We're going to click on Edit Image File, and we can browse to our downloads. Windows 11, that's the file we just made. And we're going to select Next. And now this is the contents of the image file. Normally you can't go in here and edit it just from the File Explorer. Okay, once you have AnyBurn up and you can see the contents of that image file, you're going to just drag that auto attend file over into this. Just drop it here in the main directory. Just make sure it's in the main one. Don't put it in any of these folders, and you should be good. So we're going to hit Next. And we don't need to do a password protect or anything, and we're just going to send it to our downloads. Hello, downloads folder. So just hit create now. Yes, guys, want to overwrite it? We do. And just wait for this to finish. Okay, and once it's done, this green bar is going to be filled up, and you'll see creating image file finished successfully. And you can just go back to your downloads. You'll see I saved it the same name, and you can just tell it's new because it's a date modified. It's more recent. So the next thing we're going to do is open Rufus, so you can just exit out of AnyBurn. We don't need it anymore. So we're going to open Rufus. Yep, you can do that. So here is Rufus. You want to make sure that the USB I think you can do this on a hard drive as well, but I'm using USB. So the USB you're going to use to boot this new Windows operating system into your PC. Want to make sure it's plugged in and just select it here. We're going to select ISO image here. Yep, disk or ISO image is going to ask you to please select the image. So you click on select, it's going to take you here. So we're going to select the disk image we just modified. Select open. I'm not sure what most of these things mean. I just know that this is what labels your flash drive once you get done turning it into a boot drive. I want to call it, I'm gonna keep it as Rubby Ducky because it's a clean install, but maybe just so I remember it's Windows 11. And I'm not gonna mess with any of this stuff. We're gonna select start, and we don't want to check any of these things. We just, because all this is what we did. We made an XML file on Sneakin, so leave all this unchecked. Select OK. All your stuff's going to be destroyed off of that. Yep, that's why I'm using a clean one that didn't have any files on it. Select OK. And now it's going to start converting your USB into a bootable drive. Alright, we now have a bootable USB drive. So if you go to your PC here, you'll see it showing up as a drive. It's just a flash drive, but it thinks it's now formatted as a drive, so you can plug it in to your PC and boot off of that, and it'll install this version of Windows. If you'd like to see how the install looks compared to a basic unaltered Windows install, I'll have a PC build video on this same channel later, and you can go check out there because I'm going to be installing it on that one. So hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.